Hello, what's up, guys? It's that time of the week again where we explore my wonderful purchases of Marvel Legends. This time around is another figure from the same wave that I bought the Thing, which is the Builder figure, the Super Skrull Builder figure. Now, these two characters are by far the most standout characters in this wave. I will be getting, as I mentioned before in the Thing video, I will be getting the other three that makes up the Fantastic Four, just because I need the team, not so much the She-Hulk. But anyway, in terms of Doctor Doom, what better villain can there be as a foe to the Fantastic Four? In fact, I think Doctor Doom was created by the legendary co-creator Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for that issue way back in, I think it's number 5, Fantastic Four, way back all the way in the 60s. Depicted as the monarch for the fictional nation called Latveria. And although he's a Fantastic Four villain, but he has been around for quite a while now. And if ever, let me ask you this: if somebody asks you name one quintessential Marvel Universe villain, I would say pretty much most of us, or at least most of us in my age group, would probably name Doctor Doom as sort of the number one character. I mean, in recent times, yes. Well, to be fair, they have not made a good Fantastic Four movie and whatnot, but in recent times he has been overtaken by the likes of Thanos and whatnot, Apocalypse in the 90s and all that. But to me, Doctor Doom has always been that the Marvel Universe villain. So it is really good to see him in a toy version, and mind you, this is one hell of a representation of the toy figure for him, but we will get into that later. Just to highlight, as usual, for the box itself, nothing much differs in terms of any general Marvel Legends box. You have the indication of his name, essentially what specific sort of wave that he comes with, the artwork on the sides. Now, I don't know about you, but this is one of most of the time I'm a fan of this artwork on the side of this box, but I have to say this figure actually outshines the artwork. And it's a rarity actually. Most of the time the artwork is pretty good, the figure is okay, but this time around I say the figure is way much better than the artwork itself. That's my opinion anyway, and I'm gonna stick with it. And then here you have some story about Victor Van Doom. I don't know whether you can read the story if you want right after this. Yeah, so basically the perfect foe for Fantastic Four generally in the Marvel Universe. I really hope that he will be depicted wisely in upcoming iterations of Fantastic Four, but for the time being we are left with the figure, so let's review that. Right, let's open this box, cut it out, and let's see what it comes with. We have our trusty friend, the knife, and let's see what's inside the box, straight out of the box. Now I've had this figure for I've been eyeing this figure for quite a while now, and all of a sudden I did manage to get it, and I was just pretty dominant. I'm very happy with what I had purchased. The backdrop is similar to the Thing, where you have that Fantastic Four logo, and yeah, you can definitely pose him with that, I suppose, to give the to give a little bit of a depth to your collection. But other than that, box out of the way. Now, figure itself, what in a beautiful artistry that we are getting from this figure. I mean, every now and then I have to say, just there are figures and there are figures. This one is just something that I think Hasbro hit the ball right out of the park. It just looks premium. It looks fantastic. Forgive me for the pun, but is just something that I'm just in awe with the design and the look of this character. I mean, but we'll get into that because I don't want to gush over it so soon. Because obviously there are the elements of a figure other than just the looks and design for some of you anyway. So before we get into that, let's see what it comes with the figure itself. So you have the two sort of fisted interchangeable hands with this current one. The existing one that comes with the figure is more like an open hand, or at least sort of semi-open anyway. It has two head sculpts that you can interchange. One is like I said, with a more I guess pronounced hood, whereas the other is a more shorter hood, and there are different head sculpts actually, which we'll get into that. It does come with the leg piece for the Super Skrull, which I will not bother to look into. So there you go, right out of the box. That's the two accessories, two interchangeable hands, and what do you call the head swap if you should choose. Okay. Right, so here we have the figure right out of the box and taken out from the packaging, and as you can see, and as I can see, more importantly, I don't see any flaws whatsoever. Perfect paint job in terms of the tunic, in terms of the what do you say, the belt. Even the belt here, you know, it's sort of like an actual leather belt. It has a gun holster that actually, mind you, opens up and has a pistol that is in it. So this, I suppose, can be considered another accessory, sort of like an old school pistol. I'm not sure the make of this, but okay, there you go. And yeah, by far the best figure that I have taken out of the box. For I can guarantee you that. Now the thing is, I've taken the cape out because when you take it out of the package, it doesn't come off easily, so you have to really dislodge the head, take out the cape, and then the cape comes out from the other way. So that's something to bear in mind. But by taking the cape, which by the way, the cape is actually a hard plastic. It's actually quite hard actually. It's not very flexible in any way. I mean, it has nice design to it, and it does have a sort of a dynamic pose to it, but at least it flows reasonably well. There is this chain elements that connects the cape. I can see some paint. The green has just gone onto the gold fixings here, but other than that, it should be okay. I mean, okay, it is what it is. There is a peg here that connects to the hole here. As you take out the head, you slot that in and then you fix it. It does come with a jetpack. Well, I suppose it is true to the character in terms of in some of the comics where he is depicted. Yeah, so pretty much fantastic in terms of every sense of the word. Very, if ever there is a quality control issue, it's very minor. I'm willing to forgive that. Yeah, I can see a little bit of like defects here and whatnot, but yeah, overall, because I'm in love with this figure, it's forgivable for me at least. So let's look at the articulation, and then let's try to change the the hands and the head to see how it all stacks up. Now for the articulation side, it goes without saying that cape is gonna, I mean, I don't have to put it in, but I can tell you that cape is gonna be hindering much of the articulation. So I've decided to review it without the cape, but yeah, you can pretty much guess that cape will get in the way because just the nature of it being produced in a hard plastic. As far as the articulation is concerned, let's make it a quick one because it's pretty much the same for every single review out there. The head goes up, well, it doesn't go up that much. I think the hood really gets in the way. it does go down that much. Okay. Arm stretches out all the way this way. Does it go in front? Yeah, just about. It can go that way. There is double jointed knee elbow, sorry, which is hidden by this particular part of the armor, and it does allow more than a 90 degrees bend. The hands themselves are, as one would expect, a hinge that allows his hands to be pushed inward that much and outward that much, so pretty good. And then let's see, all the rotation and whatnot all checks out. I don't see any issues whatsoever. Okay, let me just adjust this hand so that it's back in place, otherwise Doom will have a very uncomfortable review. I don't see any cuts in the diaphragm. If anything, it's just on his waist, so that allows for, that doesn't sound very well, that good. Maybe I wouldn't play around with that much. It has quite a lot of ratcheting, but I assume you can turn him left, you can turn him right and whatnot, but you can hear that ratcheting, which I'm not comfortable to go all the way around. Forgive me guys, but I'm not willing to buy another one just for the sake of a review. What else? The legs can be stretched. Whoa, he can do the complete split. Of course, it goes without saying, because of his tunic, he's going to get in the way in terms of any forward or backwards movement. That is kind of given. The knees themselves are double jointed. That allows, okay, pretty reasonable for a man in an armor suit. No. Yep, there is a thigh swivel, but again, there's some kind of ratcheting that goes on, and I'm not that comfortable in twisting it all the way. In terms of the feet, there's no toe cut as such, but the legs can go up that much. It should anyway. I can see a hinge, but for some reason mine is stuck. Okay, let's see the other leg. The other feet. Yeah, I think it is pretty much stuck in mine because of the paint job, I suppose. But you can see just about the hinge there. That should allow movement, but mine is not moving much. It can be rocked that base, so okay, it is what it is. Yeah, I think in terms of articulation, it has all the necessary features that you want. I don't think necessarily you would want any more than what it should. Let's see his crunch. The more you crunch, I think it leaves out quite a bit of exposed area, so I think yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of crunch, or for that matter stretching backwards. It is only gonna go that much. The belt, on the other hand, is it a separate piece? Yes, it is. You can push it up and down, not by much though. Yeah, overall, other than that, I think it should be okay. There are limitations, as I said, because this tunic is made out of the same thing as that cape, so it is hard plastic, so it will render some of the movements not being possible, so bear that in mind. And also, I've seen in some reviews where if you play too much with this gold chain here does break off pretty easily. So for those of you who don't want to really be spending money on 2 or 3 figures like this of the same figures, I would suggest take precaution in terms of playing around and articulating your figures, just so that you have that one figure and it goes on this, looks good on display, and you have that one pose. And I think, if I'm honest, pretty much most of us will just have that one pose. They'll put it on the shelf, leave it for it to there for a couple of months, let it collect dust, and after that take it out, brush off the dust, put him in another pose, and then that's about it, and put him back. So for that it's okay. If you intend to play with this, just be mindful of all this all these places where you might end up breaking it. Okay, now just as a measure, we will try to see whether the interchangeable hands can be used to have better poses. These hands, as I said, the hinge does allow the movements, so as you can see here, so that's good. I think the movement in the legs is restricted simply because I think the paint has dried up there, but you can see a hinge. So anyway, it should allow movement. There you go. This is another one of those hands where I think the paint has just dried up, so it is possible, but I think you probably need to soak it in hot water to get it loose again. Yeah, I don't want to play around with it too much to the point where it actually breaks off. So, but yeah, I think this can be rectified. It's just I think it's just paint, drying out essentially. Now the hands are quick and easy to fix. The one hand is more like a the perfect villain hand, I would say. Maybe holding on to something, or just saying, I will get you, Fantastic Four and whatnot. The other hand is a bit more close, maybe for holding like a sword or something like that. The two hands that comes as accessory are both fisted hands. So am I doing it right? Yeah. So if you want, you can have that, so that should be a perfect villain hand swap as far as I'm concerned. One sort of fisted and one sort of showing that way, being philosophical about life and why he should conquer the world and all that. In terms of the head, now if I have to admit, between the two head sculpt, the other thing I've noticed is some of the reviews, if you pull this too hard, the entire thing comes out from the the neck portion actually comes out. So this is not one mold, it's actually two separate pieces. So be mindful of that. You can just about see the connection where it is a separate piece. If you pull out sometimes too hard, you can get the neck coming out all the way, so you don't want to do that. And I think it's a bit more hassle than just playing around with this particular joint. You don't want to really be taking that out. In terms of the two head sculpts, now I have to say they both have their merits and demerits. The one that I like is definitely this, simply because the hood is more, I just love the design of the hood. It is a bit more how you say, it hangs over the head a little bit more better. There's enough cloth that just drips over from the sculpt, and the sculpt itself, the whatever metal helmet that he is on is fantastic. He has the gritty teeth, the eyes are perfect, and there's a shine. I think much of the paint job in the sort of the metallic portions of it just does look like actual metal. In fact, it's just plastic, so it's just amazing what they've done with this figure. The other head sculpt here is more akin to what I associate with Doom. Let's say if you are a fan of let's say the Spider-Man and his amazing friends cartoon, and you've seen Dr. Doom who appeared in film, because you have the helmet that comes with I don't know what is this, like rivets or something, so you can actually see it. Also the teeth is a bit more correct to the figure. The hood in this one is a smaller one though, so that's probably one of the reasons I like this hood more than this one. I think the shorter one, while it's nice, that does more for me. Not to say this is bad, if anything it is good. As you can see here, it does the part, it looks the part, but I don't know, there's something that's just not it's not working for me compared to this one. And I don't know whether you can take these things out of the hood itself so that you can change. I don't think so, because I don't see any movement. I think it's kind of fixed. Maybe see, you can see here the helmet is not fixed on the sides or down, but it is definitely connected. You know, the upper portion of the helmet is directly glued, I think, to the hood. Similarly for this, you can take it out from the side and from the down, but from the up, I think it's permanently fixed, so you can't really change this face to that. Well, it is what it is. It's gonna be this head sculpt or this one. Now, for those of you who are wondering how the cape you know, fixed to the figure, so this is how we do it. It is connected this way. I don't think you are able to take it out. It's kind of molded as one piece, so all you have to do is drape it around the neck as such. Take your preferred head and then you fix it to the figure. Here the pop, and voila, there you go. Now the cape itself does allow the head to the movement of the head side to side or wherever, but just bear in mind, you will notice if you play around too much with it, this chain actually breaks off, so you don't want to be doing that. It does allow movement, you know. For those of you who said you know, I was trying to find a shortcut in terms of justifying this figure, but actually the cape, it does get out of the way. Oh yeah, sorry, the other one is you have to, you can see just about, you see this connection point here, you have to fix it in the hole that is attached, that allows the cape not to be, you know, moving up and down or wherever you don't want it to. As such, you can just find the right hole. There you go. There you go. Done. No. No. It's a bit more harder than I thought it would be. So let's take out the head again. So let's see. Come on, hold, peg, join forces. Okay. Yep, it does connect, but it's not connecting perfectly though. You need to push it that much. Yeah. Okay, I think that should do it. But I think, as I said, if you play around with it, it just comes out from the peg hole, and you don't want to be doing that. But other than that, okay, fantastic. Okay, so that works. What else? I think it's pretty much it. I've done everything that I can. So just some last thoughts before we go into the poses. As I said it all along, just from the box itself, you kind of know what you are getting with this. Just a perfect representation of drdoom. I mean, just look at him, you know, in terms of his persona, his personality, the way he is portrayed in this figure, just brings out the very best. You know, again, repeating myself all over again and again, there are figures and there are figures. You know, this is just Hasbro doing it right in every sense of the word. You know, there is a lot of effort that has gone into the design and just getting the perfect representation of the character. So this, to me, is just toys done right. I mean, for the price, I mean, this one, I know now it's a bit difficult to get it, but this goes around for the same price as any other Marvel Legends at $25. And I think, you know, there are some $25 figures that just, you know, it looks like, oh, okay, it's a weekend job, they needed to get something out of in the week, so they just put together a hodgepodge of things and make it work. Then all along, in every now and then, it comes out a figure like this, and I have to say, for these kind of times, you know, you're just happy to be a toy collector, because this is what a beautiful figure this is, and this is everything right about Marvel Legends, in my opinion. So with that, without any more gushing of this particular figure, I would like to say farewell to you guys for this week at least. Hope you like what you saw in this video, and if you do, please click the like button and also subscribe, and I shall see you when I have the opportunity to buy other figures, well, let's take it from there. Okay, see you guys, stay safe.
Here we go, making Billy on.